I genuinely was thinking I was going to fail at least half of those subjects. Hey guys, let's get straight into it. We're going to talk about the exam procedure here in Egypt as a dental student. Stop it, cat. Stop it. Shh. How is university structured here in Egypt? There's two types of university in the country itself. There are state universities and private universities. Some of them offer dentistry, some of them do not. The thing with the state universities is that they're tried and tested and they have a flat fee, tuition fee structure. So for foreign students, such as myself, it's about $6,000 a year. For anybody else that's coming from the country, it's pretty much free. So anybody who ends up at a private university that's from Egypt probably missed out on getting into a state university or has a very good financial background that allows them to go to a private uni, because private unis come with a lot of pros in that a lot of the materials that you use as a dentist, they're all paid for by the uni, but that's kind of incorporated into your tuition fee anyway. And if you're coming from abroad and wanting to apply to a private university, it's going to cost you more, definitely. So typically we have 2 terms here in Egypt. We start around September the 30th this year. What typically happens is we'll have about 4 to 6 weeks of studying before we hit our midterms for each one of the subjects that we're taking. These midterms are probably worth anything between 5 and 20-ish%, I would say maximum, of the final grade. So we need to make sure that we are on the ball with everything that we've learned in that 6-week period to make sure that we maximize the amount of percentage that we get for that midterm test itself. We then have the midterms, and without any breaks, we're straight back into it with our studies, and we usually go on till about January time, where we have what's known as the finals. So finals for semester 1 will have its practical element and the final theory element. If there's any subjects that take just the 1 semester to do, this is the part that we'll be doing it. So last year we only had anesthesia to do, which meant we just, for that whole period, had the 1 exam. It was pretty straightforward. It meant that we could focus on the practical side of things and the theory without having to confuse ourselves with 6 other subjects. That's typically what happens. You have the practical side of things. It's usually worth anything from sort of 20 to 30% of your final grade, and that usually lasts 1 to 3 weeks maximum, where all of the different subjects in the university will have their practical element, followed immediately by the theory side of the exam itself, again 1 to 3 weeks. Once that's all done, you'll get about a 2-week holiday in between and then start semester 2. So it's quite full on. There aren't any reading weeks here. There's not really much in the way of Christmas holidays or Easter break. Pretty much, head down from September all the way to the end of the year with like a 2-week break in between. Semester 2 will be a lot tougher, in my opinion. Subjects that you took in the first semester that you haven't finaled off in that first semester, carry on and just get harder. You'll have a couple more single semester subjects that you will throw in the mix as well in second semester. Then you'll end up with, in our 4th year coming, I think we have 8 second semester exams for our finals. So again, we're going for 4 to 6 weeks before we hit our midterms, which are worth, again, anything from 5 to 20% of the final grade, followed by the end of the semester around May time, which are the practical exams, followed by the final. Once you kind of put that all together with any class quizzes or tests, any assessments, patient work, etc., you're going to get to that 100% mark of each of those exams. Your final exam results come out. I think we've got ours around the 1st-ish of August, so you'll probably get them a couple of months after you've sat your final exam. So between a month and a half. The upside to all of this non-stop work is that we do get a very big summer holiday. June, July, August, September, 4 months worth of summer holidays. But then again, when we go back to it at the beginning of October, end of September, as I said, it's very, very full on. So it's not for the faint-hearted. If you've got the spine to do this kind of thing and just get down and just get on with it, then Egypt's perfect for you. Otherwise, definitely consider some other countries if your style of study is a lot more relaxed to what it is here. An update on my results. Thank God I passed everything. I genuinely, at some stages, thought I was going to fail at least 2 to 3 subjects. Almost half of the subjects that I've taken, they are very hard. There's a lot to cram in. I was sitting in coffee shops all night long, just studying away. There's not much in the way of like libraries and stuff here. So the culture here is a lot more to do with go to a cafe and study, and they will usually be open till quite late, or to go to a study space or a workspace that you can rent out. I mean, if you equivalent to anything in the UK, £1 to £2. And it gives you access to a private room with air conditioning. You might have a whiteboard there. Your friends can sit there with you and help you out. So the study culture here is a lot different. But as I say, because there was so much for me to do, I genuinely thought at one point, I'm not going to do this year. It's very hard. So I'm glad, again, I thank God that I got through it all. And now it's on to year 4, which starts again at the end of September. And I am looking forward to that journey because it's going to be a lot more clinical. There are a lot more clinical related subjects to be doing with patients in the patient's mouth. And especially for me, who struggles with speaking Arabic, that's going to be a challenge in itself. And I'll, of course, keep you updated with how that all goes. So fingers crossed, that's it. So fingers crossed that all goes well, and I hope that this quick update has given you a bit of background as to the Egyptian study system and my update on my grades, which thank God again passed, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thanks, bye.